Hi all, we're going to do some more Ruby. Today we're going to do number 4. Let's start by putting the folder on the C drive. Drag a shortcut to my desktop. Okay, so we've only got 5 today. Let's start Ruby. Okay, so let's start by clearing the screen. And then number 1, you can see here we're doing something different here. We're creating a function. So a function is just a block of code. You stick multiple lines of code inside of something like a paragraph. So here, I'll run it and show you what it does, and then we'll go over it. So let's cd to C:, cd into the Ruby folder, cd into 04. And then we run that file, 01. So you can see we just get this simple printout here. Okay, so first line is just a comment. Ruby comments start with a $. So we're saying this area code creates a function. Create a function. The name of the function is my function. Now you can name these just about anything you want. So this def starts the function, and end stops the function, ends the function. Def stands for define. We're defining a function. define. So it's just this block of code. Once we get in deeper into the examples, I think it'll make more sense now. Here we just have one line of code inside the function. Indentation is optional. Usually 4 spaces is a common thing, but it's really personal preference. 3 sometimes isn't enough. It's hard to tell that it's indented, and 5 might be too much when you get multiple lines. So 4 seems to be a good standard. Okay, so this creates the function, and then we have to turn the function on. We have to run it. Okay, that's called a function call. Call the function. So here we're saying call the function. Now these braces here, these parentheses are optional, but it's always a good idea when you're talking functions, because in general, these mean function. So you say call my function. Okay, so that's how this was actually ran. When we created this, it actually didn't print anything. Here, let's comment this out. and then we'll run that file again, and you can see it actually didn't do anything. You know, it created the function, but nothing actually ran the function. Okay, when you actually run the function, that's from the function call. Okay, so just think of a function as a block of code. Okay, let's do number 2. So here we have multiple lines. We're actually going to run 3 lines of code with one function call. Okay, so here, let's run this and see what it does here. Okay, so these 3 lines were printed out. First it printed out hello world, then it moved down a line, and then we printed out hello world again. Okay, so this area here creates the function. Define a function, name it my function, and then end the function here. And then run the function with the function call here. And when this line ran, it came back up and it ran the function and printed out these 3 lines. Okay, so just so you know, usually in most programming languages, they'll put curly braces here. Okay, so this is the start of the function, and then this would be the end of the function. Okay, in Ruby though, they don't use these braces. They do it with def and end. Okay, so let's do number 3. So this is the same type of thing. We're creating a function, but now we're going to send it something. We're going to send it a variable. Okay, so just to run through this, first we create a variable named name, and we're going to stick the word Harry inside the variable. And then just to show that we did create it, we're going to print it out. Name is Harry, will be stuck in here. And then we're going to create a new line. We're going to move it down a line. Then we have a comment. We define a function named my function. The function takes 1 argument. 1 argument is going to come into the function. We do the print statement. It's going to print out name inside function is. It's going to stick Harry into here. And then that ends the function. Okay, at that point, this the function isn't ran. Okay, we have to do the function call. We call the function, see my function, and we send it the variable name. The name was created here, right? It has Harry in it. So Harry is going to come into here. Okay, so let's run this and see what it does. Okay, so you can see here it prints out name is Harry. So that came from here. It printed out name is and the colon, and then it grabbed the variable name and printed out Harry. Then it moved down a line. Then it came down here, created the function, and then it ran the function here. When it ran the function, it came up here, and when we ran the function, it grabbed the variable name here, sent the variable name here inside the function, and when it did the print statement, it said name inside function is, that's how we got this line here, name inside function is, and then Harry came in here, then it came down here, and that's how it got printed out here. Okay, so that's a tough one. That's why we only have 5 for this video. Seeing how the variable flows around. Okay. Now we'll do 4. Okay, so let's run number 4 and see what it does. Okay, so this is kind of the same thing, but we're sending 2 variables. Okay, so just to run through this, we create a variable named first name and put the word Harry into it. Create a variable named last name and put the word Smith into it. Then we print it out just to make sure it worked. So that's how we get this line here. And you can see these lines get pretty cryptic really fast. So name is colon is printed out here. And then this guy here grabs first name, prints out Harry here. This guy here grabs last name and prints out Smith here. Then it comes down here and creates the function. So we define a function named myFunction. MyFunction takes 2 arguments. The first argument is first name. The second argument is last name. And you can see they're separated by a comma. And then inside the function, we have one line, a print statement. And it's basically the same line as this one here. And then we end the function. Then down here we do the function call. We call my function by using the function name, sending it two arguments. We send it first name and we send it last name. Okay. So when the function call is executed, it runs the function. Harry came into here, Smith came into here, and then it does the print statement. Prints out name inside function is colon. That's how we get this. Name inside function is colon. And then this guy grabs first name and prints out Harry. This guy grabs last name and prints out Smith. Okay, so there's nothing easy about this one at all. It's just a bit tricky. Trying to understand how these functions work. Sending the variables to the functions. Printing out the variables. Okay, so let's do number 5. Okay, 5 is the same thing, but we're doing it with a number. So let's run it first, and then we'll go over it. Okay, so see here we create a variable and store number 2 in it. Then we print it out. Number is, that's how we get this one here. Number is, and we grab the variable number and print out the 2. Then we do a new line. That's how we get it to move down from here to here. Then we create a function. We define a function called my function. My function will take one argument. The argument is called number. Then we do some math here. We take number from here, we add 1 to it, and put the total of this into a new number, num. And then we do a printout. Okay. Now, the function still hasn't been executed, right? Then we do the function call. The function call runs the function. It executes the function. We run the function, sending it the variable number. The function runs. The number 2 comes into here. 2 is now in here. It adds 1 to it, so we get a 3 here. Then we do the print statement, and it says number is, that's how we get this, number is colon, and then it takes num from here and prints out 3 here. That's how we get the 3 here. Okay, so I think we'll stop there for this video. These were kind of tough, so take your time with these. You might want to spend a couple days or a week with each file, the ones that we create the functions in. Don't try and get it in 15 minutes. You might be able to understand it, run through it, but if you don't spend a lot of time with it, it might not stick. So, okay, see ya. Bye.